speaking of juicy topics, this is a thing. This happened yesterday, and it's the talk of the town, as it were. So we need to talk about it. I definitely want to know what y'all got to think about this. Definitely need to know what y'all think about this. So, Collin Farrel, you know, the guy that plays Penguin, the guy that just won awards for playing Penguin. He is in negotiations to return to the world of DC with Sgt Rock, the World War II action movie to be directed by Luca Guadagnino for DC Studios. Wow, what a headline. Okay, let's break the article down, I guess, before I talk about how absurd this is, because there's a lot of reasons why this is stupid. This is some high-level stupidity. Collin Farrel in talks to star in Sgt. Rock for DC Studios. Collin Farrel, who waddled his way to considerable acclaim for his work as a classic DC villain in Penguin, is in negotiations to return to the world of DC with Sgt. Rock, the World War II action movie directed by Luca for DC Studios. The move comes after Daniel Craig, who circled the featured project, officially stepped away and is now entering a role in Greta Gerwig's Netflix take on Narnia, which is also a whole thing. No offer was ever made to Craig. DC Studios head James Gunn and Peter Safran said in February. At the time, they said the project would shoot in the summer, only if we find the perfect actor. The move indeed puts Rock on track to shoot this summer in DC Studios' production hub in England. If a deal makes, Farrell would play the toughest nails leader of the Easy Company, a combat unit fighting Nazi forces in Europe. Created by Robert Kenger and Joe Kubert, Sgt. Rock was a World War II soldier who first appeared in comics in 1959. His comic was one of DC's longest-running books. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Bruce Willis previously circled the role during Hollywood's multi-decade history of trying to bring the character to the big screen. Rock has a script from screenwriter Justin Kurtzes, who penned Challengers and Queer. Farrell portrayed Penguin as a ruthless crime lord in the Batman and Matt Reeves' gritty saga take on the Caped Crusader. He then returned to the character in the Penguin HBO spin-off show and won widespread acclaim and awards. Farrell earned SAG Awards, Golden Globe Award, Critics' Choice Award, Saturn Award, among other huzzas. But why go back to that character, you know? The actor, rep by CAA, is likely to return in part of Reeves' The Batman sequel, which DC's hopes could be shooting by the end of the year. If a deal makes, it will also be Gunn and Safran are not afraid to repurpose DC projects. And they're not afraid. They're not afraid of shit because they're not thinking. Okay. So that's the main story. Now, look, what is happening? Okay, what is happening? Chat, please help me realize I'm not crazy. I saw people online defending this. I saw people online saying it wasn't that big of a deal. I saw people online saying that it was great. And I'm like, what is happening? I know sometimes I can be on the outside of certain conversations. I've had very minority opinions in the past. Definitely no stranger to that. But I cannot believe we live in a world where people don't see this for exactly what it is. And it is stupid with a capital S. Many different reasons why. Let's start at the top. Sgt. Rock is stupid. The character's stupid. The comic's stupid. The idea is stupid. It's stupid. I can't believe we're actually doing Sgt. Rock. I could do a whole fucking hour on why Sgt. Rock is a stupid fucking idea. It's basically Gunn, and Jeff sort of spoke to this last night in his newsletter. It's Gunn wanting to get away from everything that Gunn didn't create. And Collin Farrell as the Penguin is incredible. And Jeff like lays this out in his newsletter. It's obvious with all the awards, etc., etc. People love this guy. But James Gunn didn't come up with that idea. And so instead, James Gunn needs to have his thing be the thing. And so he's grabbing up the actor that is like doing the best stuff that Matt Reeves shit is doing, and he's putting him into like his weirdo DCU dream project. It's a stupid idea. The whole movie is stupid. We've literally watched Sony try to do this for 4 years straight. Some of the worst Marvel stuff over the past couple of years has been trying to make obscure weirdo character things work. It's not working. Terrible, stupid idea. Okay? But that's only the beginning of why this is so stupid. This is an all-time stupid, like wrapped up in stupid kind of a situation. It's actually mind-numbingly dumb. Okay, so that's the first reason why it's dumb, is because the whole project is dumb. Okay. Point number 2. It's absurd because he's the highest profile actor in the whole thing, and they want to just put him into another role in a different universe. Like, mainstream audiences are not going to understand this. It's just silly at face value. You know what this is, and it made me think about yesterday? This is what people fear the Robert Downey Jr. thing is. Like, a lot of people that get down about the Robert Downey Jr. Doctor Doom thing, they think it's like this, meaning there is no logic to it. It's just a popular actor being brought back, right? And of course, like, Penguin and Sgt. Rock are way lamer characters than Doctor Doom, so maybe it's not as big of a deal. But that, like, this is what people are afraid the Downey Doom thing is. That's literally what this is, right? And it's, I mean, it really is shocking that they don't see that's not obvious. But that's where it gets kind of weird, because they do know that, and it is obvious, and they're playing fucking games. Because here's the thing. It's either a terrible, stupid idea, or it's worse than that. Because what it probably actually is the way that Gunn is going to push Matt Reeves' shit out. Meaning it's not going to happen anymore. I mean, the very Hollywood Trade article mentions that they hope it might start to shoot by the end of this year, Batman Part 2. Okay? So this feels, at best, like just a really stupid idea. At worst, it's a stupid idea that is being done with very bad intentions. And it's political because they want to smash Matt Reeves' shit and just create their new DCU stuff, right? So I don't fully know which one it is. I don't understand exactly what's going on here. But, I mean, take the context of every single thing that we've been talking about with regards to Pattinson and Gunn over the past couple of years. I mean, go all the way back to the Adam B. Very article, which dropped 2 years ago. James Gunn comes out on Twitter and says this guy needs new sources, publicly tagging him. Absolutely absurd. That has been proven to be correct. We know from multiple people, including Jeff Sider, Grace Randolph, and Daniel RPK, that there is a desire from James Gunn and his side to have Pattinson and all of that stuff together, right? On top of that, a couple of weeks ago, they have that weird meeting where they bring out all the shill access media, and they describe their new plans while also explaining they canceled some of the projects they first announced. In that exact meeting, they're asked about this Pattinson idea, and he doesn't give a definitive answer, you know? He basically says, like, I don't know, it's possible, or something to that effect. Meaning, yeah, like, that is still a consideration, still something. The story is, Matt Reeves ain't about that life. He's not trying to do this. And in addition to that story, there are reports that multiple people have read the full script for the Batman Part 2. The full script. So this would be like Andy Serkis. This would be Robert Pattinson. This has come out from a variety of people as well. The whole concept was Matt Reeves signed a contract with Warner Brothers before there was a DC Studios. He's basically has a contract with DeLuca and Abdi, right? The presidents of Warner Brothers Films. He actually does not have to let Gunn have any notes. Peter Safran and Gunn are not his boss. Matt Reeves is just doing his thing, right? But what else have we heard? Well, we've heard that Zaslav might replace DeLuca and Abdi. So it's this huge layered Game of Thrones political thing that's going on over there, where, you know, I think ultimately Gunn just wants full control of everything, including Pattinson. And, you know, he wants to just go do his thing and have all the control and do all that. And Reeves is just not playing ball. And look, ultimately, I do think Reeves should play ball. And I do wish they would all be able to work together. And I even understand Gunn wanting that full control and like wanting that character. I understand all of it. But this is like the worst possible way to do this. It's like Gunn is a good filmmaker and he has good thoughts when it comes to the creative process, which we're going to get into in a second because apparently Superman is shaping up nicely. But this business stuff, he doesn't not have skills for it. He's like a repellent. Everything he does is so repulsively bad that he's making waves and complications all the way down the pipeline of promotion, creation, signing people. The whole process is hampered by him, by James Gunn. This If this is a James Gunn, like, brainy fucking idea here to get this guy to be Sgt. Rock, it's a terrible idea. The optics are horrible. You're going to have all these Battinson fans. Like, it would be one thing to drop the Battinson stuff and to sort of let it fizzle out. Batman 2 just keeps getting delayed, and then they're like, well, we have to launch our Batman. So, that would have been one way to do it. But it's almost like he can't do that. It's almost like he has to do the most offensive, repulsive version of it. And that's what this is to me, Like, that's what this is. This is weird and gross and stupid. So there's your that's your first piece of news for today, guys. Thanks for watching. And if you like this clip, smash a like on the actual video and subscribe to this channel. That way more of these clips get into your feed. I've also linked the full episode below if you want to check out the entire thing, including the Q&A we do with fans. You can also watch this show live. We do it live Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern time. And you can also find all of my content, including the videos I put on my main YouTube channel, on the podcast feed.